Hello my beautiful little Moglets. Today we are doing another secret shop video. This one is going to be a little bit more concise, a little bit more scientific. So earlier today I was refreshing the secret shop like a madman. I spent around an hour and a half refreshing, maybe a little bit less, but regardless, it was a lot of damn refreshing. Spent 4,400 Skystones, which is just shy of 1,500 refreshes, which you know is kind of a lot. Also, you can see we're poor as hell. We have no gold. Yeah, that's a side effect of visiting the secret shop. So yeah, tons of refreshes. I did record it all. I'm going to play it for you here in a second. I tried to make it fancy, you know, with some counters up there because it's going to be way too fast for you to actually see when I'm getting stuff. I even cloned the video just to have the golden Skystones be a bit bigger above it. So you can kind of see that falling down super fast. I know I'm kind of rambling here, but it was actually way more effort than I thought it would be. And it won't really look like it when you see the video because it looks kind of basic, but it was really annoying to make. Before we get into that though, I do want to thank MZ for sponsoring this video to show off their new game, Crystalborn Heroes of Fate. I'll have a link in the description you can use to download Crystalborn yourself. It's available on iOS and Android, totally free. Crystalborn is a featured top new game on the Apple App Store. I've been playing it quite a lot myself over the last few days. It's a turn-based RPG. You can have up to 6 dudes on your own team. I really like Maelstrom here. He has this super powerful AoE, but we gotta build up the mana for it first, so we kind of just have to basically skip his first turn and just do a little attack. But watch this dude. Boom! That's a big AoE, okay? No one actually died. These dudes are actually pretty hard, to be honest. We are pretty far in the story, like past chapter 7 already, so we might be biting off a little more than we can chew, but this is definitely gonna be a close one. I really like Serena as well. She has a lot of freezes going on, you know, some other CC, speed down and all that. This guy is really strong back here. It's 1 versus 2 right now. Oh, dude, we got it. Yeah. But as you guys know, turn-based RPGs are my jam, and there is a ton of things to do in this game. It's also very guild-oriented, which I love. Communicating with your guild, working together to take over land. Of course, we got PvP as well. Underground brawl, also a guild arena, tons of ways to power up your heroes as well. We need to level up our own player level a little bit first. There are of course different classes and affinities as well. The class more dictates their role as a fighter, and depending on what affinity you are, you can be weak or strong to other affinities. So kind of like your classic turn-based RPG rules. But yeah, once again, I'll have that link in the description down below to download Crystalborn and try it yourself, so make sure to check it out. So yeah, anyway, let's check out these shop refreshes. I can't actually see it at the moment because I'm not sure how fast or slow this is going to be. It's probably going to be rather fast though because there's honestly not too much to say about it. I do hope you appreciate the little counters up there. That was probably by far the hardest thing to incorporate. I already had to pre-render it to get it down from an hour and 20 minutes to like 25 minutes because in my editing program I can only speed it up 4 times. But now that it's pre-rendered, I can speed it up an additional 4 times, making that up to 16 times. And that's most likely what I'm going to do. I don't know if I should just shut up and throw on some background music or something because I ultimately can't speed it up that fast, else people might get seizures. In fact, even at this speed, it might be an issue for some people, so I'll probably throw up a disclaimer, though by this time you would have seen that already. This is very stupid. I already put way too much work into this just to scrap the idea, even though I kind of want to. I do have sort of something to say about it. While I was refreshing, I noticed very long periods of complete nothing, and you might be able to see that in the video as well. And I thought there was some kind of pattern, like, you know, there's a whole big stretch of nothing and then you get a bunch of stuff right away. And so in my editing program, I made markers for every time I got bookmarks or mystic medals. Of course, not only to try and see any trends, but also because I had to give a +1 to the counters up there. And so after zooming out and looking at all the markers, so all the places I got bookmarks and where there were like big long stretches of emptiness, what I can say is it actually looks very random. So there are definitely big chunks of like nothing at all. For like a good solid 6 minutes of refreshing, I wouldn't know how many refreshes would be in 6 minutes, assuming it kind of takes you like 5 seconds to look at the items and hit refresh, which kind of sounds like a long time honestly, but there are like 12 5 seconds in a minute, and then like, you know, times 5 is like 60. So like 60 refreshes and completely nothing, you know, something, maybe a little more. That was by far the biggest stretch. And then we have several more with like, you know, 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there, a minute and a half here, and then some big clusters. And near the end, you know, we were getting almost no mystic medals anywhere, and then near the end they really started picking up. I think we got like half of our mystic medals in the last 10% of the refreshes, which is weird. Ultimately though, I do think it's just RNG and it's random. I don't think there are any real sequences or really ways to find out when you're going to be getting some chunks of bookmarks or mystic metals. I do kind of want to get a general consensus of how satisfying or unsatisfying it is to see those sky stones drop so fast though. I don't know if it's super necessary to include the gold up there because it just kind of chunks down whenever I get bookmarks or mystic metals, unlike the sky stones, which get reduced for every refresh. So I'm just going to assume at this point we are pretty much wrapping up the refreshes. We're almost done here, and I hope I'm right. But anyway, here we are back in the game. Let's talk about those results. So I made some notes, did some little calculations, and so obviously the counters up there were counting the actual packs of bookmarks or mystic metals I got, not the actual count of the mystic metals. So we got 365 bookmarks or 73 summons, and we got 800 mystic metals or 16 summons. Let's start with the mystic metals. Those were kind of low, honestly. We didn't get as much as I was hoping. When they first came to the store, their drop rate was amazing, or maybe I just had really good luck for the few refreshes I did, and then all of a sudden they were like completely rare as hell, you know? And I think 1500 refreshes is a pretty good sample size. So yeah, we got 16 mystic metal drops from it. We might do some percents later on if I remember, because I don't actually have those written out yet. It just kind of occurred to me now that that might be kind of cool to know the actual drop percent chance, I guess, on a specific refresh. Again, it's not going to be 100% accurate, but I guess somewhat, because it is a larger sample size. Someone could take the information from this video and combine it with their own, or, you know, resources from all around and make a bigger sort of sample size. As long as it's more recent, I'm pretty sure it got nerfed to the ground. There are a couple other ways to get mystic metals. I would say the biggest one is probably Guild War, mainly because it's totally free. You will get them as long as you participate, win or lose. You get a bit less if you lose. So there are 3 Guild Wars per week, assuming you participate in all of them. And, you know, the mystic metals you actually get can vary a lot. I don't think we're in the top bracket anymore. Oh yeah, we just got to the top bracket, so our reward ratio is x5. Now, if you're in a lower bracket, of course, it's going to be a little bit lower. So I can say we'll get like 70 or 80 for a win and like, you know, 50, 60 for a loss. But just to make it, I don't know, slightly more consistent, it's really not going to mean much, honestly, just for the sake of it. Let's say 70 for a win, 40 for a loss. You win 2 out of 3 battles per week. So from Guild War, you're getting like what, 180 per week or 720 per month approximately. And we got 800 from our refreshes. So yeah, a little over a month's worth of mystic metals. You can also get them in Hunt, but yeah, not very many. Wouldn't farm Hunt for mystic metals, to be honest. I mean, Hunt is good to farm, you know, for other things like gold. As a side note, forget about equipment from Hunt though. I dropped probably 10,000 stamina on it over the weekend. Still nothing. I had over 100 leaves. Now I have 8. But yeah, if you want mystic metals fast, you don't really have much other choice but to head to the secret shop. More importantly though are the bookmarks. Of course, the fastest way to get those, you can buy here 50 bookmarks for 950 skystones. We spent 4,400 for 365. So without doing any math, the secret shop method does sound like a better deal, but let's do the math anyway. So for this pack in the shop, you're paying 19 skystones per bookmark. Again, I got 365 with 4,400 skystones, which comes out to 12.05 skystones per bookmark, much cheaper. Until you think about the fact we also spent 18.375 million gold in the secret shop as well. So it really depends on how much you value your gold, which can also be brought back to a skystone value, but let's not go that deep. It's honestly not that much bigger of a difference than I thought it would be. So you're getting like 35 to 40% more bookmarks for your skystones, but you're paying a pretty big gold tax for it. So it really depends. If you're the type to just like spam Hunt, which is a lot easier nowadays, to get that gold and I guess gear if you're super lucky, then yeah, you can probably afford the secret shop method. Refreshing secret shop is not really that fun in my opinion, however, so that's also something to consider. I spent about an hour and 20 minutes refreshing. Then again, I don't think you have to do it that often. Again, we had to spend 18 million gold, 4,400 skystones to get 365 bookmarks. You know, that's more than half of a guaranteed hero from a banner. It's not bad. I would say the mystic metals are probably the more alluring thing though, because again, they're just much harder to get. There is no option just to buy them from the shop like there are skystones, which isn't like a horrible value. Definitely worse than secret shop, depending on how you feel about gold. But it's definitely not bad. I've personally kind of given up on gear for the moment because again, I dropped so much stamina. I raised so much crap just trying to get those extra speed stats, and yeah, it all went to garbage. I just want to show you something real quick. You see these rings? All these Seekers rings? These all came from gear conversion. How many of them do you think have speed substats? 0, 0, 0, and then finally we had one that we got to plus 15. At 15 it went up speed. I don't even know why I raised it above like 6, but I was just kind of done at that point. My fastest speed set ring has 8 speed on it. All I wanted was more than 8. Oh yeah, here's another Seeker's ring that I made out of gear conversion with no speed substat on it. So yeah, 5 rings, one of them had it, decided to only roll once. But yeah, I guess that's how it is. And I don't know if there's too much else to say. I'll give a quick summary of our results here. We spent 18.375 million gold and 4,400 skystones for 365 bookmarks and 800 mystic medals. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Not sure if anyone found this actually useful or entertaining, but there it is. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Leaving a like if you happen to enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.